Smoked boneless turkey breast is not just for Thanksgiving. The funny thing is, none of us really think about turkey other than at Thanksgiving time. It seems like it's the traditional time to sort of consider it. We just went ahead and bought out of these boneless, skinless turkey breasts. We're gonna do one today, very simple, have it for a nice Sunday afternoon meal. Really easy to do. All you wanna do is, if your package says that it was pre-brined, you wanna rinse it off with some water. You don't want all that extra salt on it before we actually put our seasoning on here. If it's not, it's perfectly fine to add a little bit more salt to the actual rub you put on here. So real simple, I have my thawed out turkey breast right here, and I've got my smoker at 250 degrees. I am gonna do mine on a tray. And the only reason I'm doing that is just to kind of keep things a little bit neat and catch some of the, any fluids that come out of it. So nice and easy. If you have a turkey breast and part of it's kind of thin, or like this has some pieces falling off of it, we're just gonna go ahead and tuck that right in any little slits we have so that this is one sort of cohesive piece of meat. We want it to be similar thickness all the way around. If you get a large turkey breast where one side is thinner than the other, you want to sort of fold it under a little bit so that it's sort of this nice big ovally shape and consistent all the way around. This one really is pretty consistent, so I don't have to worry too much about it. All right, we're ready to go ahead and season. Now, I'll tell you what, for seasoning, listen, salt, pepper, garlic is great for a non-brined turkey breast. If you have a turkey breast, I would just use some pepper, some garlic, and a little bit of paprika, and the paprika's for color. I will say, I am a fan of this Badia Saison Complete, Seasoning Complete. It's a combined seasoning. It contains a little bit of dehydrated vegetables, garlic, onion, MSG, herbs. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then because this doesn't have any kind of paprika, I am going to do a little bit of this hot barbecue rub on there, really just for color. This is a pork rub, so I'm only going to use a bit, so it's easier than going and grabbing the paprika out of the cabinet. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this. I like to go ahead and put on a nice sort of coat of this. I'm just going to sprinkle this on. It's interesting, this thing is so full, almost none's coming out. There we go. Let me flip this over and we'll do the other side. All right, now that we've got that on there, we are gonna go ahead and put on some of our rub here that gives us some color. Not too much, just a little bit here. And then we're gonna flip it over, do the same on the other side.
Over here, yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks.
Now with our complete seasoning from Badia and our paprika, though I used a bit of a hot barbecue rub, I went ahead and put just a little bit on here. Let's go ahead and get this into the smoker. We're gonna do this at 250 degrees uncovered, and we wanna get it up to, let's say, about 110, 120 degrees. And at that point, we're gonna wrap it up, put some butter in it, and just bring it up to about 160 degrees. I know, you wanna do poultry at 165, but we take it out at 160, it will get up to temperature the rest of the way, but not be on so long that this gets to be dried out. So let's go ahead and pop this right on our smoker. All right, now we want to bring this up to about 120 degrees or so before we wrap it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my probe right into this thicker part. And we'll go ahead and get this now set on the PitBoss app. One of the things I love about this is I can just come right into the app, go ahead and set my temperature. I'm going to set it to 120 degrees. Set temperature. And now this is going to remind me, you can see in the bottom left, it's 74 degrees inside the meat. When it gets to 120, it's going to go ahead and let me know. So this is 229 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and close this so I can climb back up to 250, and we'll let it cook until it hits that temperature. Now with the temperature set here on my mobile, I can go about and do my own thing. Got myself an old boning knife here that I've been using as a utility knife forever. Just sharpened it up the other day. I'm gonna go trim the banana trees, kill some time. All right, so it's been probably about 50 minutes to an hour or so. I didn't really look at the exact time, but we've reached up to about 120 to 122 degree temperature inside the turkey breast. So now all I'm gonna do is I have a little pan here. Instead of wrapping it in foil, I'm just gonna put it in here, and then I'm gonna use the foil that I put underneath it to wrap this. Just easy peasy, right? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some tabs of butter, probably about 2 teaspoons a piece. Let's say maybe half inch, maybe a fourth to a half inch thick slices, and we're going to set our breast right on top of that. The idea is that butter will kind of continue to infuse in there. With the lid on it, with it sealed up with the foil, that that moisture will just stay right in it. So no, this isn't country crock, but this is what I do when I take a stick of butter. I just stick it in this for keeping out here when I'm cooking outside. All right. That's what I mean, just a little slab like that. I'm just gonna put about 6 of these right in the bottom of this pan. By the way, this is probably a little more than a half of a stick of butter if you're trying to wonder how much there was there. All right, just gonna open this guy up. We'll go ahead and take our probe right out of this guy. And now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up this breast and set it right down here in our pan. But you can see how nicely that looks. There we go. And again, that butter's already starting to melt there. That's perfect. And I'm going to use this foil, save that juice and get it right in there. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it with this. You can see here, I'm rotating it around, making sure we're sealing it all the way up. Ooh, that side's a little close. Now I want to put this probe right back into that turkey breast. Went ahead and put it right in the thick part. That's good enough, just like that. This is the thing you don't normally do, but here's what I love about this PitBoss Titan with the grill connections through the Wi-Fi app. We had a couple errands to go run. I want this thing to get up to about 160 degrees so it will rest and get up to about 165. I do not want to go above 165 or I'm worried this will get a little bit dry. So here's the beauty. I'm going to be gone for a little while. This cooks pretty quick. It's not a big piece of meat. I'm going to go ahead and set this for 145 to 150 degrees and I'm going to take off. It'll stay at that temperature. It's sealed. It should keep the moisture in. Maybe I am gone a little longer than I planned. It shouldn't get above that. When I come home, I'll raise that temperature up to 160, and as soon as that probe's reading 160, we'll pull it out and let it rest covered. So as you know, we set this temperature and then we ran off and did a few errands. So I'm going to see what the temperature is, because I will tell you, it's already reading 150 almost instantly. So I think I threw the probe all the way through it. Let's just take a look here. Whew. Love that smoke rolling out of there, though. See how this looks. Check this thing out and see if this is done. I don't know that it is or not. Smells good though. $160.5, 158. Hey, what? I'm going to cover this up. I want to just go a tad more in here. All that smoke rolling out of there.
Can I have a bite of this side?
Not right now. I got to finish cooking it. All right, I'm going to put this back in for about 10 more minutes. All right, so it's been about another 5 minutes or so. We're going to go ahead and pull this out and let it sit for about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Man, does that smell good. I'm going to go ahead and pull this right out of here and set it on our cutting board and just let it rest. Now, what I'm going to do is cover it up with some foil. I'm not trying to keep it completely sealed up, but I just want to get some of the heat, keep some of the heat in here. A little hole in the top here. There we go. We'll just let this sit for about 10 minutes. We'll come back, we'll slice it up and check it out. This thing smells absolutely amazing. So before we go ahead and cut this, I'll share with you. This is the liquid that we covered it when we cooked it. It's got the butter and some of the turkey juices. It's what you're seeing, the separation there. We'll save some of that in case we want to baste over the top of this, though I will say it looks pretty darn moist already. So let's go ahead and just start slicing into this thing a little bit. We want to go against the grain. It's hard to sort of figure out what direction that is. Give me just a second here and yeah, that looks like it's pretty close to the right direction. Man, you can just see that juice in there too. Look at that.
Looks absolutely beautiful. And there you have it. I mean, that looks absolutely amazing. And you can see the juice just kind of coming out of it. This is the reason why covering it is so important. Really, really brings up the taste quite a bit. Now, when you pull this apart, look at that. Just breaks apart real nice. Let's give this a shot. Nice turkey sandwich would be amazing with this. Dip this in a little bit of our drippings too. What a simple way to do it. This is a great way to make just turkey breast. Now you can do this at Thanksgiving time and this will be sliced up and served amazingly. Or do this any time of year. Really is good. This is also the time of year just before Thanksgiving. Most of your local grocery stores will be doing, hey, spend $50 and you can get a turkey at 29 cents a pound. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. 29 cents a pound. Who cares? You could cut them up and cut the other pieces and just carve the breasts off and just do them by themselves. Even if you're wasting a little bit. When you just buy a turkey breast, that alone will be somewhere around $2.50 a pound. So, you're still getting money saved. All right, y'all. Safe and happy smoking and grilling. Bye now.